good. That's awesome. That's great. This is a fun YouTube channel.
In the U.S., there's been an uproar in recent days about the Department of Homeland Security setting up what they call a disinformation governance board. This has been mostly a Fox World story. It could come up earlier today on CNN State of the Union, but I don't think people know what it is and what it isn't. And there's just been a lot of
I don't know. That was not mostly
when
the disinformation board was showing up. That was not mostly a that was not like exclusively a Fox News story. Like that was reverberating all across the country on all different a bunch of different outlets and platforms.
What is this all about?
Aware of it, and I think the first thing is that it's a board, exactly as we say. It is meant to bring together people to coordinate a lot of the efforts inside of DHS. That means law enforcement, that means emergency services like FEMA. They've all been doing counter disinformation efforts for a while to give us accurate information about human rights abuses.
What? That's completely different than what it is that they're saying, because like it sounds like the government. So what she's saying is essentially the government's been like trying to vet whether that information is true so that they can go and publicly be like, hey, yo, there are these human rights abuses that are happening in these countries. That's very different than an entire disinformation board that's specifically designed to basically be like, it sounds like they're trying to be the fact checkers of the internet is what it sounds like it is. And she's also, the funny thing is like, she's like, oh, it's just a board that's involving the government and FEMA and the DHS and like all of like the big government departments you don't like. It's including all of those. But it's just a board. It's just a board. Why are you scared? It's fine.
FEMA, they've all been doing counter disinformation efforts for a while to give us accurate information about human rights abuses. But also about disasters and where people can get assistance. So coordinating that activity, making it speak with one voice, and being a stronger advocate to tech companies.
Also, I think the funny thing about this is it sounds like what she's describing could like most easily be created by just like making a Twitter account instead of like crafting some crazy board. It just sounds like they need a PR unit is what it sounds like, to be like, hey, human rights abuses are bad, in case y'all didn't know. And then they can roll with that. Like they don't need this whole like disinformation board to handle all that for them.
And engaging the public and academia, that's really what they're after.
Yeah, right.
But look, that sounds like common sense. But when I Google this, all I see is like Joe Biden's Ministry of Truth, and they're going to steal. There's this incredible backlash to something that sounds like basic government bureaucracy.
It is basic government bureaucracy,
and
around the world, what we're asking for governments to do is to step up more and to play a bigger role in advocating for people.
But when I Google this, all I see is like Joe Biden's Ministry of Truth.
That's such a strange video.